Today I am super excited. Well, I have one of my favorite wines of all time sitting in front of me right now, open and ready for me to drink. But before that, let's talk a little bit about the wine. Chateau Yquem, basically a first growth known for their sauternes or sweet wines, started making dry white wine back in 1959. And I think a lot of the reason was because if they don't get a lot of grape botrytis that year, usually means there isn't a lot of fog that creates that botrytis. And so we have grapes, and what do we do with them? We make dry white. But we really never saw this epiphany of a wine until the vintage 2000, when a small importer actually brought some in and brought it to us, and we were like, what are this, man? This wine is a trip. Think of when you think of Yquem, it's its own thing. When you taste that honeysuckle sweetness of that nectar that you get from Chateau Yquem, there's just nothing like it in the world. Nothing. In fact, one vintage I actually did a lunch that featured Yquem, different vintages with different types of food. It actually was great. In fact, they started with this wine, which is the Chateau Y, which actually is called Yquem. And it's literally, we have started buying it every year. Once we started importing the wines ourselves, and most of it, the Bordeaux that we do import, we pretty much buy it every year. And 22 is kind of unique because basically it was a warm and dry year. And from what I read, it's the warmest on record since like 1896. So you got ripe fruit. But here you have a combination of Sauvignon Blanc and Semillon. And, Sauvignon Blanc brings that crispness, that freshness, the higher tone, where Semillon kind of comes in there and brings that tropical fruits. 75% is Sauvignon Blanc, 25% is Semillon. It is aged or fermented in French oak barrels and aged in partially new French oak barrels. In fact, like on our birthdays, between Kyle, myself, and other members, cameramen in the store, we let everyone kind of pick out a wine, that you drink on your birthday. This is always the white wine I end up picking because I love it so much. It's got all these wild things going on: honeysuckle, guava, melon. It's just this explosion of fruit on the palate. And oh boy, that nose. I'm excited. And the staff's really excited too, because guess what we get to drink tonight. So oh man, this is good.
I'm excited too.
See?
Wait for him to open the damn bottle.
No, dude, this wine's rock star. 22. That fruit! I get goosebumps. Literally, it's so good. 97 points, James Suckling, in case you care. But it is extremely rare. We only have so much. They come in these beautiful 3-packs. I think we can probably ship the whole case, in fact. And I don't know what else to say about something that is a first growth. What would because Yquem is a first growth, okay? So what would the dry white be? Could it be a first growth you got Pavillon Blanc, you have Alder Argent from Mouton. But man, it's just one in a million. You get that richness from Sauternes, and mind you, the barrels that they're using used Yquem barrels. Okay, so it's kind of like when when certain wines use like Pappy Van Winkle barrels, you know. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And like I said, you have to at least once in your life try this wine, because once you do, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So don't miss it. It is kind of odd that we're doing white wines on no longer on Saturdays, and actually I'm the one talking. Kind of strange. But you know, I've been to the Chateau numerous times, and phenomenal, absolutely gorgeous place, gorgeous wines, and you know what to do here. Don't miss this one. Really, truly, you need a bottle in your life. It's that great.